Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? I'm Star Wars Meg, here to give you all of the Star Wars news from around the galaxy and to provide you with another Mandalorian Season 2 update. Before I get into the news guys, let me just say a huge thank you for 5k subscribers. When I started my channel back in May, I never expected this channel to grow as quickly as it has done, and it's all thanks to you, so thank you so much, it means the world to me. And before I get into it guys, please may I ask you to hit like down below, to subscribe to my channel if you're new, hit the bell notification to be alerted every time I upload a new video, and also please consider contributing to this channel by becoming a patron of mine on Patreon. But without too much jibber jabber, let's get down to the news. Our first news article comes from Screen Rant following yesterday's big revelation that Rosario Dawson will be playing Ahsoka. It was finally confirmed. And they've written an article titled "The Mandalorian Can Answer the Biggest Questions from Star Wars Rebels." The Mandalorian Season 2 features Rosario Dawson as the live-action Ahsoka Tano and could answer many unresolved questions from Rebels. Live-action Ahsoka will be making her debut in Season 2 and is, according to consistent rumours, set to star in her own Disney Plus TV series. In chronological order, this is the first time Ahsoka has been seen since the ending of Star Wars Rebels with the Season 4 finale. Her quest for Ezra must either have been completed, sidetracked, or potentially even still be in progress at this time. While there's no real reason for Ahsoka to confide in the titular Mandalorian, at the very least viewers can expect some major clues. In truth, large parts of Ahsoka's story are still something of a mystery. She was believed killed by Darth Vader in Star Wars Rebels Season 2, but was rescued by Ezra when he was used in the World Between Worlds. But Ahsoka then seemed to disappear from the galaxy, with the Rebel Alliance believing Luke Skywalker to be their only surviving Jedi during the original trilogy. There's a huge and significant gap in Ahsoka's timeline, raising the question of just what she was doing prior to going to Sabine, and whether her actions during that period necessitated Ezra's recovery from the unknown regions. There's been some speculation Ahsoka could have actually formed a new Jedi Order in the unknown regions, perhaps training the Force-sensitive infants she had rescued from the Empire in Star Wars Rebels Season 2. She could potentially serve as a mentor and master for Baby Yoda. Given Ahsoka is set to appear, it wouldn't be a surprise to learn Lucasfilm had chosen a live-action Sabine Wren as well. She's tied to the story of the Darksaber, the legendary blade wielded by the rightful ruler of Mandalore, which made its unexpected return in the Mandalorian Season 1 finale. It's quite possible Lucasfilm has cast someone to play Sabine in secret, potentially even Sasha Banks, even though this is unlikely, and that the studio is keeping it quiet for maximum impact. If we get Ahsoka, we're most likely going to get Sabine as well. Lucasfilm did manage to keep Baby Yoda secret until the first episodes dropped on Disney Plus, after all, so it wouldn't be unprecedented. Thus, The Mandalorian could potentially explore unanswered questions about Sabine's fate, as well as those of Ahsoka and Ezra. As is so often the case in Star Wars, it really is all connected, and we're going to see this more so than ever in the upcoming seasons of The Mandalorian. Personally, I believe that Ahsoka is going to have a huge role in Season 2, and I think her arc and the arc of Baby Yoda as well are going to tie in really nicely. I had a theory on my channel a few months ago whereby I stated that the child could be this generation's chosen one and he needs a mentor, aka Ahsoka. Again, let's not say too much about how she'll play in, but I did like this article. It gave some coherency to the theory and also how Rebels could tie in with The Mandalorian. So let's move on to our next article. Here's another really cool fan theory, and this one's from CBR, and it says that Anakin and Baby Yoda were meant to be Star Wars' most important duo. Little is known about Star Wars' Force Dyads, but the concept could hint at a deeper connection between Anakin Skywalker and the child, Baby Yoda. The Star Wars franchise is full of duos, but there may be another one hiding in plain sight. Shortly after Baby Yoda's debut in The Mandalorian Season 1, fans were quick to point out at a 50-year-old age, the child would have been born around the same time as Anakin, just prior to The Phantom Menace. While most have dismissed this as pure coincidence, others believe there may be a deeper connection between the two. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker introduced the concept of Force Dyads into a galaxy far, far away. A Force Dyad is a natural phenomenon in which two Force users are connected and drawn together by the Force itself. The idea is also similar to a Force bond, but is much stronger and requires balance between light and dark. The only confirmed Force Dyad in the franchise at the moment is Kylo and Rey, but it's possible that Anakin and Baby Yoda were supposed to be a Dyad as well. Although there isn't much explanation in the film itself, other sources have revealed that Force Dyads served as inspiration for the rule of two. Created by Darth Bane, the rule is that there can only be 2 Sith Lords in existence at one time, one master and one apprentice. Yoda points this out as well in The Phantom Menace, by the way. Eventually, one would kill the other and find a new apprentice to train. This rule prevented infighting amongst the Sith and allowed them to survive in secret for many years. Both Darth Plagueis and Darth Sidious, or Palpatine, even attempted to create dyads between themselves and their apprentices, but failed because both parties were dark side users. Palpatine claims that Kylo Ren and Rey were the first Force dyad in generations, but there could have been another one right under his nose. Aside from their birth year and strong connection to the Force, there doesn't appear to be much connecting Anakin and the child. Since Kylo and Rey were born about 10 years apart, age doesn't seem to be a factor in Force dyads. Nevertheless, the child and Anakin may still fit the definition. As previously stated, a Force dyad requires both the light and dark sides of the Force. Kylo Ren was being trained as a Jedi before he joined Snoke. Conversely, Rey is the granddaughter of a Sith Lord, but despite naturally being drawn to the dark, she pledged herself as a Skywalker to the light. In the end, they fought side by side against Palpatine and brought balance to the Force. Similarly, Anakin was initially trained as a Jedi, but later succumbed to the dark side. As far as fans know, Baby Yoda hasn't had much exposure either to the Jedi or the Sith, but he has already used the Force to choke Cara Dune and to heal Greef Karga. In addition, Djarin Mando will likely be embarking on a mission to return Baby Yoda to the Jedi in The Mandalorian Season 2. Currently, whether or not Anakin and Baby Yoda ever met remains unknown, but this would not discount them from being a dyad either way. So this is a very interesting theory. I'm not going to discount it 100%, but like many of these fan theories, I just don't see it as probable. I do think that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau want to take Star Wars in a different direction to the Skywalker saga, while remaining true to it, and while we will get elements, of course, of it through potentially Ahsoka, Bo-Katan and Sabine Wren, this is something I think he wants to leave in the past with the whole George Lucas legacy, especially when you're going to tamper with a character like Vader/Anakin. But you know, I suppose anything is possible at this point, and I just want to point out the fact that I have for a long time speculated whether or not Anakin ever met Baby Yoda. On my Patreon page for all of my patrons, I do have a video of where was Baby Yoda during Order 66, because I do believe wholeheartedly Palpatine and Vader/Anakin, you know, in that transitional period, I do think they were both very much aware of the child, and whether or not they decided just to leave him alone is, you know, up for speculation. So, you know, if you're interested, please do become a patron and you can check that video out. But now let's move on to our next news story. Star Wars Squadrons has been out for a couple of days now, and it's worth speaking about. This article is called Star Wars Squadrons Early Impressions, Don't Buy It for the Story. The game's single-player campaign is a series of largely forgettable missions in which the goal is to teach players the game's controls and mechanics to prepare them for the multiplayer mode, rather than provide an intriguing tale set in the Star Wars universe. To be fair, Squadrons was always about creating an enduring multiplayer starfighter sim, but if you're getting into the game for the single-player missions, just know that they are functional, not fun. They're the vegetables you're forced to eat, so to speak. I wanted to feast on another Star Wars story like that of Jedi Fallen Order. The problem with Squadron story is that it never delivers a main course to sink your teeth into. Even the elective dessert of optional dialogue scenes provides little sweetness. Instead, the non-player characters spout off, unmasked by your silent protagonist, about backstories that have little to do with the missions you just completed or the story's larger arc. They talk at you like a series of bad speed dates, offering little information that has any impact on anything in the game, droning on about their backstories that seemingly exist only to elevate them beyond anonymity. It's a shame too. There seems to be potential with characters like the mysterious battle-scarred Shen, who keeps coming back to fly for the Empire after multiple crashes and long-lost dogfights. But the game just doesn't succeed at bringing players deeper into the Star Wars world. So that was a very critical review of Squadrons, and I haven't played the game yet, so I'm not going to comment from personal experience, but that was one of the more critical reviews. If you go to PC Gamer, they had a much more, enlightened view of the game, and they claim that it was one of the best Star Wars games that has ever existed. So this one states, hot damn do I love an A-Wing. Until Star Wars Squadrons, the speed demon of the rebellion was never my favourite ship. Years of my life spent playing Rogue Squadron made me an X-Wing diehard, and even when I first played Squadrons on a controller, I didn't appreciate the joy of piloting what's basically an aluminium foil cockpit attached to an oversized engine. But the A-Wings made me forget how much Rise of Skywalker had drained my enthusiasm for all things Star Wars. The consensus I've gotten all around the net about reviews for Star Wars Squadrons has been that it's a fantastic player's experience, but if you're into Star Wars for the storyline, it's not that much fun. It's fun in and of itself for a game, but if you want some depth to the Star Wars story, apparently this one does not provide too much for you. When I do purchase it myself in the very near future, I'll let you know what I think, but I am kind of disappointed to hear that the storyline isn't really what it should be and up to par for what you'd expect for this period of time in the Star Wars timeline. Let me know what you think if you've played the game so that I can have perhaps a more well-rounded insight, but this is the impression I've gotten from reading reviews on the internet. So that is all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed my news update. If you did, please give me a big fat thumbs up down below. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. I'm Star Wars Meg.